look, yeah. Look,
no one reacted.
Look, the environments are well done. Like, I'm loving this stuff. That's great.
There's no story.
No, it's just they're empty.
But you can't even follow that guard around and listen to him mumbling to himself and talking to himself. You might get a bit of story about what it's like to be a guard in this world. No, let's not do that. Let's have him dead. And he has one line of crap dialogue that doesn't reveal anything about this world.
I'm recognising heaps of these assets, man.
Yeah, they're a bunch of asset flipping scam artists, these AAA companies. It's a scam. Modern gaming is a scam. It's so cheap to make these games. It's just assets.
Can I get into this? Can I get into this building that looks heaps interesting from the outside? Oh, no, probably not.
They just pay a bunch of 3D artists to make these assets. They flip them over, and then they don't do anything. They just put fetch quests through the whole thing. It's trash.
Oh, man, like this is another annoying thing. Oh, fuck. Get off. Like, that looks interesting. I want to see what's in there, but I don't think there's any way to actually get in there.
And is there anything going on in there? Is there any character walking around, mumbling to itself, talking to each other? You might be able to hear something going on. You might be like, oh, this is a real world. There's things happening in this town.
All surface.
They're all dead.
It's all surface.
Everything's dead. The only thing in this town that's alive is a fetch quest somewhere.
Here we go. Maybe I can get in this way. Oh, get out of it. This might be it. Oh, it's locked.
Oh, it's locked. You come back later.
The one interesting looking environment is locked. And these guys...
Come back later. Watch it. Looking for a ride. Watch it. Looking for a ride. Watch it. That's all we could put in. We had millions and millions of dollars, but we couldn't pay someone to voice act multiple lines of dialogue.
Good town building. It's a good looking town.
It's dead. There's literally nothing here. You can't walk around and experience anything. The only thing you can do is once you realise it's dead, go, oh, well, I better open my mini-map and see where the fetch quest is. Where's the fetch quest? Why even have dialogue? Like, that comes up with a dialogue bubble on them and they say nothing.
I just literally feel like I've downloaded an empty map and I'm just going through
There's nothing in it.
Oh, look, it's a...
Are they speaking? What are they saying? Let them speak.
Hello? Yeah.
Wow.
Good.
Wow. Ah.
I'm busy, what do you want?
Oh, I'm busy. What do you want? I'm busy. That's the most they do is 2 lines.
It's kind of shameful because they actually did, someone, probably using like a character creator type software, made all these models, put them in the game animated, and then just completely squandered them all.
Like imagine
just
like walk back out of this and walk back in, right? Like walk to the front door, and then walk back in, and then imagine if you just got to hear, like stop there. Imagine if you just heard like voices, people talking about what's going on in the kingdom,
like 10 different conversations.
Someone having an argument with a prostitute, and you come in and they'll go, oh,
yeah, you just come in and
who's that?
You'd stand next to this chick who's like a barmaid, and she'd be mumbling to herself.
Instead, there's nothing. They're not saying it. It's a dead room. They're all just saying one-liners. 2 lines of dialogue. Wow, you guys went so above and beyond.
These 3 people are supposed to be having conversations.
It's a con! It's a con! Nothing's happening. There's no story. This world doesn't exist.
Yeah, it's laziness. And it's...
Look at that chick. She's just standing there going...
It's hard to understand because it takes a lot of... Someone had to sit there for long hours, a team of people, to make these environments. But the thing is... They made it just enough so they could con you into thinking it was an open world fantasy game, when really it's just a bunch of empty environments with assets that are just barely enough to sell the game. And then fetch quests. Oh, and then your fetch quests, which is just absolute nonsense.
Which is the only thing you can do. It's the only way you can interact with characters. So the only story you get from NPC characters, if you can interact with them more than the shitty 2 lines of dialogue they program into it, is to get a fetch quest. They'll go, this thing happened to me, and there's a special herb in the Borderlands. If I need two of the herbs, can you go get them for me? And then you go and get the herbs, and you come back and they go, thank you, sir. Here's a sword that's going to help you do nothing.
Would you like to use my sword, sir? Like I can swim.
It's so bad. It's empty. The whole thing is empty. Nothing's happening.
You'll just never use any of these environments to do.
Why have talk? You can't talk to them. What? They literally programmed in. They put an icon for talk, and it goes.
I think this is the thing with this particular game company. They always they hype up and bite off more than they can chew, and so they basically under-deliver at the end. And
Yeah.
This is just an under-deliver.
Why are they screaming at you now?
And from a selling, the fact that this game was such a success is because someone who is willing to go through the loop of fetch quest nonsense would think, oh, this is a fully fleshed out world.
It's not at all. There's
But it's
nothing in it. It's the biggest con you'll ever see.
Oh.
So that guy's standing on a dock,
All the way out there,
and there's no. You couldn't be bothered putting in a story. Oh, I'm a merchant.
and he maybe unlocked it on a fetch quest.
You just couldn't do it, could you?
Right, so this town is actually worse than the opening village, really. Other than, well, if you just want to look at,
It's just
buildings,
awful. There's
look at
nothing
that.
in it.
What was that? Is that someone? Did that actually have an unscripted? Oh yeah, right. Some thieves.
Yeah. We got
That's
that.
good. That's really,
Oh, that makes it an alive world. There's these henchmen that can come in and try and mug ya.
yeah, nice. Oh, I
But,
feel
it's so funny. Like they're henchmen, right? But the way they script it and the way they pace it, there's not like a tiny little cutscene where they go, "Hey, hello there, Witcher.
It's
What are
less-
you doing?"
Yeah,
Instead they just go, "Here, they're attacking you."
it's just
kill
on,
them.
on the level of randomly spawning.
Yeah.
The monsters.
And
out,
then you're
so-
meant to piece the story together yourself and go,
No.
like an autistic, go, "Oh, I was walking around this girl and the bandits came in."
Oh yeah, and these bandits just all hang out at this docklands there, okay,
Wow.
and just randomly kill people who come
Fun.
down here. That's how things work. And you know what? They're probably in the normal game. They're probably there to keep you away from this area because you won't be high level.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, you shouldn't be here. There's no fetch
And
quest
then
here.
there's kids and townsmen wandering around. Yeah.
There's no fetch quest here.
Yeah. You shouldn't be in this bit yet. You got to higher your level up.
You need to open the mini map and find the fetch quest. Wow.
You have no. That's the other thing. In this game, you have no rep. Like
No.
you don't get a good or bad rep. It doesn't carry around with you. You don't become infamous.
It's so
It
bad.
doesn't matter what you do.
Like all these NPCs are just like
All this
Spam.
environment, all this empty,
it's all
stupid
just
environment.
spam crap. I bet they just had some algorithm, some procedural thing for all the characters.
You know how it can be. It's like they would have reached that point where it's as simple as clicking and dragging on new NPCs and it'll randomise them.
Yeah.
And they give them. Yeah, someone would have come up with like a random generator for the
Yeah,
NPCs.
for different outfits and
Because when you don't have any passion for actually making something real, and
Yeah.
you're just making a hollow.
and
out
they
game.
would have attached to all these different NPCs different dialogue attached to
Yeah.
the algorithm.
It's all
so like
procedural.
That type of NPC, a noble looking woman, she'll have her two lines of snooty dialogue, and then the little peasant will have a little man. Even that, you've upset the guards. They might attack you.
Just allow me to kill them immediately, and then they can aggro on me after they've seen their friends get slaughtered. Yeah, yes, that's right.
Even that, like the HUD shit with like 9,000 damage. It's
and
like,
then look, oh okay, cool, it's all good, it's all good. We don't have any actual lasting.
we all, every single one of us, have a talk dialogue button on us.
yeah, for no reason.
Every single one.
to give us the illusion that we're talkable, but
So
we're
you're not talkable.
So
you
just
do
don't.
you do 2 lines of dialogue max that immediately break the immersion.
And like every player within playing this game for 5 minutes immediately learns, oh yeah, don't even click on them. Unless it's got a exclamation mark, there's no reason to click. Because you can't interact with them.
Yeah, they have for the ones that don't do anything, they just have the talk thing. And for the ones that have the fetch quest, they have the exclamation mark, so that the autistic goes, "That where I get my thing to, and I do that thing so I can level up, and then I be stronger Witcher.
Let's do this.
So I will be better on the next fetch quest." Crash. You've literally just run through this whole city, and there's no story.
No. And it's not even fun when you can break it, man.
And they act like
Look.
people are like, yeah, but that's because you're not going up and pressing interact on the people with the exclamation marks. That's where you get the story. Getting a fetch quest isn't story.
Oh, look at this. You're walking around with a sword and they do that. Which is exactly what people were complaining about how shit the AI was in their new game.
Exactly.
It's that they do that shit.
These guys are a fraud company, and it's like they act Like, oh, how could the same people that made The Witcher make Cyberpunk?
Well, the site was always
Look at this crap.
Look at the same
Look at
animation.
this garbage. There's no thought in this. There's no intelligence in this. It's lazy, slapped together procedural crap.
They protect their laziness through a barrier of you should be dead by now.
Yeah.
At this point, you should have been dead. Long
It's
before.
lazy crap.
Let's go try talk to one of these priests.
Oh, so we can't talk to you. Why put a
Whole
talk
game
up
of nothing. Oh, I didn't realise you just killed about 10 people around the corner. Sheath your sword. Sheath your sword. Oh yeah. Ha.
Absolute garbage. Man, it's just unplayable.
Let's check out this is the high point of the city, the centre of everything, and it's an empty room with a fire in
Nothing.
the middle of it.
Oh, but wait, open the minimap, man. Wait, open the minimap, right, and just go to the nearest fetch quest, if there's any.
Fetch quest.
Or just any quest.
Well, I have to go to a fast travel, I guess, don't I? Or that.
There you go. Notice board.
I don't want to do a fetch quest.
Well, it's nothing. There's nothing in this game.
That's we've reached the end.
That's The Witcher. That's The Witcher. Guess what? 0 out of 10. 0 out of 10. Absolute scam. Scam of a game. Yay. Scam.
Oh, but look, I can swim. Open world swimming.
But it's so pretty.
And yeah, that's what they did right. They made good outdoor environments and good cities.
With nothing in them.
But was it
No
worth
fetch quests.
Was it worth $80 to walk around their empty environments? And also, did it deserve best game of the year?
No. And you will enjoy
Can't
this
use photo
game.
there.
You will
Oh,
enjoy this game
okay.
if you have nothing to do with your time and you want to
Yeah.
waste 200 hours doing fetch quests and pretending that you're some Witcher in a world that's devoid of any real tension and any real characters.
Alright. This is fun, man. This part's the fun part. Oh, come on.
The way they do these monsters is just so lazy.
The fight.
They just slap them in little areas and just go, did you where the monsters
Yeah,
are?
and they'll spawn around this boat.
It's like, ah, cool, man.
This is the fighting. And then and then I can do a
And sorry, how
Oh.
shit is his sword fighting look? It's unsatisfying. There's no
Yeah.
weight to it.
It's
There's no
spamming.
weight to it. Look at it.
Spamming.
I'm a little spammer.
And he does a little acrobatic.
Oh, it's garbage, man. It's actually garbage.
Where's I better call my horse. Better call my horse. And now I can go through that's all I can say in its benefit is that Witcher has nice visuals and you can look back on cities and go, oh, look at the city. But then when you're in this pointless hell, it's like landscape,
Well,
endless,
this game has sent me to the toilet.
possibly
I
procedural.
need to go to the toilet.